Hey, everybody. Welcome. I want to ask you to get your Book of Common Prayer if you've got one at home. And if you don't, I've got a solution for you. I want you to pause the video and I want you to open up a new tab and do a search for capital BCP, capital B, capital C, capital P, and then online, BCP online, and it'll get you a copy of the Book of Common Prayer. Once you've got your BCP, I want you to turn to page 794. 794. Psalm 139. We're going to pray this morning together. I'm going to teach you a way that I sometimes pray when I'm alone privately, and it's also something that I do with students here at school, sometimes at St. Crispin's, and it's a simple version of what we do together in worship at St. Paul's with the Psalms that you can do at home alone. And that's doing a very simple chant. The chanting we do of the Psalms in our Mass at St. Paul's is called an Anglican simple tone chant. Anglican simple tone. And you'll see that it's got just a few notes that we repeat throughout. And the same concept is applied to what we do here, but it'll just be one step up and one step down at the beginning, at the end of each half line. Okay. Psalm 139. I didn't know Dean back very well. He and I had coffee on a couple of occasions. But I know he's got a very meaningful connection to the life of this congregation and to our church. In some of our conversations, we talked about the gift of music in worship, and a gift in this sense that music actually engages our whole bodies, not just our minds. And he even encouraged me to do something that maybe you've seen me do, and I would invite you to try, and that is that when you sing, to place your hand right here on your chest, and you can feel the way that singing actually, in some ways, this may sound silly, but it massages our bodies when we sing, and that has an impact on us, as you well know. And so what I want to do is I want to do a very simple chant of Psalm 139, just a portion of it, and it creates space for us to give our thoughts and our anxieties and our joys to God, but also create some space for God to speak to us and to minister and care for us when we pray the Psalms. So here's how it's going to go. You look at verse 1 of Psalm 139, and the first half of the verse is divided by an asterisk. And in the last word of that line, we're going to chant a very simple note, and then on that last word, right before the asterisk, we'll sing up half a step, usually on the last syllable of that word. And then we'll go back to the regular note, and at the end of the last line of the second verse, we'll sing down, and it'll sound like this. Lord, you have searched me out and known me. You know my sitting down and my rising up. You discern my thoughts from afar. Very simple. And we don't have time to sing it all. What I'm going to do is I'm going to sing verses 1 through 11. And if you're feeling brave, I invite you to try it with me. Okay. Before we begin, I want you to think about people you know, people that you love and care for, situations in your life and outside of your life that you are concerned about, that you've got anxiety about, that you want God to get involved and to do work, to give us wisdom, to help us where we can't help ourselves. I want you to think about those things. And then after a few moments of silence, I'm going to lead us in singing Psalm 139, 1 through 11. The Lord be with you. Let us think about those things when we say, thoughts and prayers, those things that we really mean when we say that. All right, here's my invitation to us. If you dare, let's do a very simple chant of Psalm 139, 1 through 11. Lord, you have searched me out and known me. You know my sitting down and my rising up. You discern my thoughts from afar. You trace my journeys and my resting places, and are acquainted with all my ways. Indeed, there is not a word on my lips, but you, O Lord, know it altogether. You press upon me behind and before, and lay your hand upon me. Such knowledge is too wonderful for me. It is so high that I cannot attain to it. Where can I go then from your Spirit? Where can I flee from your presence? If I climb up to heaven, you are there. If I make the grave my bed, you are there also. If I take the wings of the morning and dwell in the uttermost parts of the sea, even there your hand will lead me, and your right hand hold me fast. If I say, surely the darkness will cover me, and the light around me turn to night. Darkness is not dark to you. The night is as bright as the day. Darkness and light to you are both alike. Any anxiety, any concern, any hope, any joy that we have, God is so intricately connected to who we are and our thinking. He already knows it. This is the hard part of faith. It's trusting, even when things aren't necessarily perfect. Let's remember that as we offer our thoughts and our prayers for one another. This is where we're going to end our morning devotional. If you stick around, you're going to hear a song that I've written, and it's a song for the Easter season. It's called Practice Resurrection, and it's another song that Nathan Guilford and I, our little group called Lesser Feast. And the phrase Practice Resurrection, I appropriated it from Wendell Berry's poem, The Mad Farmer Manifesto. And it turned out to be sort of a testimony song for me. But it's a song in the vein of Easter and new life, new birth, new resurrection. Enjoy. It's been written into history, spoken in the air, fashioned into stories about what you think is so unfair. The protests, the polemics, obsession spoken cold. Jesus, long, long ago. 3,000 years removed. Yes, so make him what you want. It helps speak a little louder. It helps if you be a bit bold. Jesus, long, long ago. Practice resurrection. Forget what you have sown. Take a path of much resistance. Jesus is long, long ago. I can give 4 good examples of crisis in my life, illuminating mystery and clarifying mind. It's language for suffering, it's grammar for the soul. Jesus, long, long ago. Forget what you have sown. Take a path of much resistance. Jesus is long, long ago. Resurrection. Forget what you have sown. Take a path of much resistance. Jesus is long, long ago.